In 2022, I was in Rome and I was with Wakio. I remember Wakio asked me, do your performances have to be the same? Like just music and that's it. So years later, I was thinking of safety and security. You know, before you get security or you feel safe externally, what does that look like internally first? I knew for sure that I have to do whispers of power and I have to incorporate the different fields of art into one because it is just who I am. It is music, it is visuals provided at the same time. And so I compiled all the music together and I sent it out to the document and I sent it out to my manager and I was like, this is my idea, these are the songs and I want these songs to guide the storytelling. So how can I go about it? And I told her, I know I have a storyteller in mind who can help me bring this to life. I just want her to provide the visuals and context for it. And I have a contemporary dancer, Maulid Owino. The storyteller was Wakio Mzenge. She was in my mind because she was the first person I had this conversation with in Rome.
The first edition was quite challenging because we had the storyteller and also the music. And personally for me, it was a step where I had to come out from my comfort zone to create with the other two dancers who are Jared and Collins. Whispers of Power has nurtured my way of interpretation of art, communication, and also creation and development of piece or their project. Anytime I'm in this production, I feel proud.
The location is actually the biggest character in Whispers of Power because it tells us what we're supposed to do where. I remember doing this exercise sometime in Rome when we went for an art exchange program and we were told just go to the city, smell and taste and talk to people, and I was like, this is such a Mzungu thing. But I realized that it added so much value because now when I spoke about the things that I've experienced, they came out with a lot of authenticity. And that's the approach we used with Whispers of Power.
First interaction was in Nairobi, and we did it at Art Gallery, and it was pretty amazing. We had a lot of interesting people to work with, which includes the jam session band. I think it was a very interesting time because I had a chance to integrate other people to the band and direct them, and also teach them our music. And as we wanted to the others to Kisumu, and now we went back to Nairobi. Now we're here in Mombasa. And the interactions is like exchange program. You learn from them, they learn from us. But primarily they are supposed to be part of the project.
So our first stop, our first location was Kisumu. It was quite hot compared to Nairobi, but I think we enjoyed the change of weather. There were a lot of new people that we met that joined Whispers of Power. There was a new storyteller, there was a band member, there was a dancer. It was just really nice working with new people because you just hear like new ideas, you get a new perspective, maybe they bring in an element that maybe we didn't think of.
Whispers of Power is performed by 3 collaborators, but it's also performed by the audience. And then it's performed by the guest artists who join us.
I felt it's important for me to be in the performance because the performance itself talks about the people and the local people about Kisumu and what they experience. So it's not just any other performance. They brought it here and they wanted to bring something experimental, something that talks about what happens within Kisumu and the Dunga Hill Camp itself.
We took it to Kisumu intentionally because at that time there was the floodings happening in Kenya. But in Kisumu, there was the lake, of course. People had lost their livelihoods, their homes. People also lost their safe spaces, like the green spaces, because zilikunywa na maji manze. It affected their mental health.
I feel like Nairobi is going to be more fun, being that most of us come from Nairobi, and being that we have most of us have so many audience from Nairobi. I believe that we are going to get more support from the people.
When I got to Sarakasi Dome, I knew that this was the venue. I think it's the space and also the shape of the dome, so it makes it feel like it's a big space. And for some reason, when I walked in with Maya and Maulid, thoughts just kept flowing, ideas kept flowing. So it was easy for us to know, this is what we're going to do here, this is what we're going to do, and how the story would flow. And so we chose the space because it was giving us an opportunity to explore Whispers of Power with aerialists. And so when we came to rehearsals, we've actually rehearsed for 5 days, and then we performed today, which is the 6th day. The 5 days were it was wholesome. It gave us a chance to connect more. We understand each other better, and we now know everyone's weaknesses and strengths. So it's very easy to now work as a team. And like in Kisumu, it was a very short period of time for us to meet, connect, rehearse, perform. It was really, time was moving so fast. We didn't have enough time for this. We had a day where after rehearsals, we set aside some time for jam session. It was mad. It was fire. It was fun. It was really good. As we were preparing, we had our own expectations, obviously. We just knew this day is going to be great. We kept telling each other, do your best and all that, even with the frustrations up to last minute. We were expecting to have a big audience. We were expecting, of course, everything to go well in terms of sound, lighting, and today has just been massive because they've done more than that, honestly.
Took it back to Nairobi again because after the first show, the people from Nairobi demanded it. I wanted to do it again, but focus on something different because the first one was about safety and security and mental. That's where it all began. The second time, I didn't want it to be the same, and so we focused more on societal pressures, especially on creatives.
Nadhani producer walikuwa contact na aliniambia like they want to work with me on the project ambayo ilikuwa ni Whispers of Power, and nilifeel poa kwa sababu maybe kazi tuna deliver vizuri na ingekuwa poa pia ku relate pia na watu wetu wa Mombasa pia because I'm affiliated with this place. Najua stories za hapa, najua how like also a youth pia najua how my fellow youth wanapitia, so it's easy for me to share the stories ambao watu wetu wanapitia. It's easy for us to make something productive and educative pia kwa hawa watu. Story yangu pia iwe inaweza kukomboa watu wengi, inaweza elimisha watu wengi, inafanya watu pia kachange perspective zao, kutoa mtu mwingine pia kuelevate mtu mwingine kutoka somewhere else na afike pale kwingine kwa sababu ya what will be staging.
I was super excited after the accomplishment of Kisumu, and in Nairobi we really felt home, really felt home. Now we are coming to tell the story of Nairobi. So here in Mombasa, it might be the end, or maybe end to another one. But this for Mombasa edition has really been my best. I got to collaborate with one artist. She's called Vanessa. She's an interesting dancer. I also took time creating and also getting deep and deep and deep on the context of what we are talking about, which is drug abuse and drug and substance abuse, which is really something that's really affecting Mombasa, people in Mombasa.
And we took it to Mombasa because when we talk about mental health, there are so many things that affect our mental health, including drug abuse. And so Mombasa is that place that I feel like people still use drugs na haitajaisha, ni story yenye ilianza kitambo. Drug abuse is not a solution because if you use it, you're just postponing your frustrations.
It was very crazy trying to organize everything, but we all were so passionate about making it happen and doing something that was different, you know, not a typical musical experience where the audience just goes and sits and there's really great music and they listen, and maybe if they love it they stand up and dance, but like, how do we make it an experience where the audience can actually play a part in the story?
Kumekuwa na mashow mingi sana, lakini show kama hii ni show ya kipekee kimimi. It's the first time to see a show like this.
Performance was not only on stage, like each and everyone was made to experience the whole performance.
My favorite part was when the girl was rolling in the air. Also the Odundo, the way he plays the guitar, I love that.
What really stood out to me was how it was immersive, like it really embodied the term immersive.
Well, it's unique. I've never attended a show like this. Nimeona show hizi but za art, like, you know, art showcase.
I think it was for me to just challenge the traditional way of storytelling by fusing all these fields of art.
Allowing our audiences to get different experiences is definitely a plus. We can't always do the same things every single day. Somebody has to do something with a wow effect, and that's Whispers of Power.
Tap